Namaste. Good morning. How are you? I never, ever know what to say in the beginning. I don't like intros. How many times do I have to say that? Well, it doesn't matter. Here I am in the same old place that I practice every morning, and I wish I had an exotic, beautiful location for you, but all I have is a practice, and so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get on the mat, and today let's focus on opening the heart and just always getting into the whole body, but paying attention to the shoulders, the chest, and the middle of the back. So let's just come onto the belly and extend your arms out first, spreading your hands like we do so often. Look at each hand and make sure that the base of the palm all the way to each fingertip is anchored. Then get into your legs. Find your feet. Spread your feet. Each toe is lengthening and spreading. And then imagine that something is between each leg and each inner thigh, and you're going to squeeze together, and then pull the belly in. Pull it away from the floor. Then press your hands into the ground, and you're not pulling yourself forward, but energetically you are. You're pulling yourself forward, the belly's pulling away from the floor. Energize through those legs, and then activate the glutes. So you're very strong here. And then we're going to rock side to side, starting with the armpits. You really want to kind of open that space up. One more time each side. And then pause when you get to the center. Then take your arms out. And then from here, imagine somebody playing tug of war with your hands, your arms, and they're pulling it away from each other. And as they do, the chest is going to lift and then lower. Lift and lower. Each time you lift, think about those fingertips, those hands, those arms pulling away from each other just a little bit more, and the chest opening a little bit more. And lower. Now start to take those arms back, as if the backs of the hands could touch, and lower. It doesn't matter if they go far, if it opens a lot, or just a little. Two more. It can be intense if you have tightness in your neck. One more time. We'll address that. Now you're going to take the right hand back. You're going to reach for your hamstring or the other side, and then take your left arm and cross it over. Reach that right arm back. You can have it resting, but keep reaching, and then lower that left shoulder towards the floor. Reach the legs, feel for the shoulder blade. Now, take that right hand and the palm goes up. So you're reaching back, and you're gonna cross. Cross the right hand over the left hand, relax, pause, and then pull the arms back again. On the inhale, take the right hand on the ground, take your left arm back, so reach as far back as you can, touch your left leg or your right. So you're gonna reach, anchor, then take that left hand up, really getting into the armpits, and then take your left hand over your right hand, so you're crossing at the upper arms. Good. And then you're going to take your elbows to mid-rib, and you're going to look up. Drop your chin to your chest, but keep your chest lifted. Keep your arms anchored, and it's like you're also energetically pulling yourself forward, but not moving. So drop your chin to your throat. Look up. And lower. Think about from the middle of your sternum all the way to the tip of your chin, and reaching your chin to the sky. I want to deal with that tech neck. Looking up and lowering. Looking up and lowering. One more time, up and down. Now lift that chest up and down. Bring your hands back. You're going to take that chest forward. Look up. Only go up as far as you can. So if it's halfway, focus on your chest. Think about the sternum, everything kind of opening up and out. Think of a cobra. How the cobra just sort of spreads wide. Inhale. And exhale one more time. Inhale. Chin up. And exhale. Now you're going to take your arms out to the side. You're lifted. And you're going to reach that left arm up. You're going to bend that left knee and roll to the side. Reach straight up and then back. So as far as you can, really getting into that whole chest area. So you're going to look up. Energize and kick through that right leg so you're super powered, and then you're going to go back to your chest. Pause. You're going to bend the right knee, anchor that left hand into the floor, the chest is lifted, and you'll open out towards the right. First reach up and then back. Let that arm and the floor press down, that right hand just press back, and then come back to your chest. Now you're going to take those arms up. Think about up and back. You're angling back, and then you're going to reach. Angle back and reach. Angle back and reach one more time. Angling back and reach. Did that make sense? Kind of angling back and up and reach forward. Bring your arms back again so that they're parallel, the forearms are on the ground. Now you're going to come back on a hatha so the hips are over those knees. The chest is going to go to the floor, and then you're going to lift up. Bring your forehead to the floor. Lift up, bring your chest to the floor. Lift up, forehead to the floor. Lift up, chest to the floor. Lift up, now pull those arms back, left and right. Now curl those toes under and pull your hips all the way up. Take your hands, your forearms, press down and forward. Your chest is going towards those thighs, but you want to make sure the belly's in. You're not too, the lower back will arc, but you want to pull the belly in so it doesn't arc too much. Belly up and in. Take your right leg up to the sky. You can rest if you need to. Drop that right leg. Drop to your knees. Round. So you're going to first cat, then round. Feel the middle of that back. Pull the belly up and in. Move the heart forward again. Drop your elbows to the ground and pull your hips up and back again. Super legs. And then take that left leg up to the sky. Energize. Breathe. Good. And then drop that left leg. Drop your knees. Cat tilt. Exhaling. And inhale. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you move the heart forward. One more time, rounding. heart forward. Now down dog. So in down dog, again, your hips are high. You're anchoring those hands, you're anchoring the legs. Find your legs. Superpower. Now move into plank and let those hips fall towards the floor and rock back. Go forward on the inhale and exhale back. Inhale, move the heart forward and back. Plank, the hips move to the ground, the heart moves to the sky and back. Pause here. Lift off of your heels and walk forward. And then lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Weighting that spine. Inhale, move through the heart. Exhale. A lot of times, the practice is just about intention. So bringing energy or bringing the attention to your chest area, your shoulder area, will help you bring energy there or let go of energy that you don't need. Now you're going to lift your chest, pause here, sink down like you're sitting in a chair and let the heart open here and then fold over as you exhale and then we'll come up and down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. In, exhale one more time like this. In and exhale. Now rise all the way up. Reach up. Take your left arm down. Sorry, my head's out of the shot. You're going to exhale over. Rise up on the inhale and take it to the other side. Now bring it back up. Take your arms and find your sacrum. From here, you're going to let your chest lift. Imagine you're squeezing something between your legs. You're lifting through the heart, so your spine's getting longer and more spacious between each vertebrae. Let that belly pull up and in. And then come into a neutral place. It's imagining that you're lengthening over a bar. And you could go as little as 1 inch, or you can make an arc. Now rise back up, pause on the inhale, take your arms out, and we're going to sink down, folding over, squat, and then come to your heels. So those heels are perpendicular. If you can balance, great. We're going to drop our knees anyway. So you're going to come up. And you can leave your toes curled or the tops of your feet can come on the floor. And first, take your hands on your sacrum, let your chest lift, bring your belly in, and then you can take your hands, take one hand on one heel, the other on the other, and then let the head just fall back. If this is too much, obviously you can play with your hands here, but make sure that belly comes up and in. You're relaxing and using power at the same time. Keep that breath alive. Now rise back up. From here, you're going to come back onto your heels. We're going to pull those knees up. Try to use your core. So you're suctioning that belly up and you're going to pull those knees up away from the floor and then have a seat on the ground. From here, grab somewhere underneath your knees, lift your chest up, and then straighten those legs. If you feel it, you can hold the feet and then just work on your core. You're pushing your feet into those fingertips, or you're holding somewhere along your legs, behind your knees, and then working on letting the spine get long and the belly come in. Really find the energy. Stay with the breath. And then if you feel it, then release those arms. Let the chest continue to lift, and then come to your back. And you're going to take your knees first into Happy Baby. Doesn't matter where your knees fall. Happy Baby is with the knees coming towards the armpits, the thighs on the ground. You just kind of, you can wrap your arms through, hold the outer ankles, or just take hold of the feet. Shins. Now take your legs straight up. Let your legs go straight out. And just take your hands somewhere, whether it is your inner knees and pressing down for a little assistance, or you can hold the outer knees with your arms supporting you just to allow support. Make sure the belly's in, so you're in your core, continuing to breathe. Smooth, rhythmic breaths. Good, now bring your legs back together. You're going to take your feet into the floor, the balls of your feet. Lift those hips up and wriggle the shoulders underneath the body. And really let your chest lift up. So, again, bringing the attention to the middle of your chest. You could put your thumbs at the arches of your feet and just kind of hold here, or take your hands, put the elbows are bent, the palms are facing your chest. Keep your chest lifted as you drop your hips to the floor. And this will start to open where your solar plexus is. And you're going to lift and lower. The hips are rising up, the chest stays lifted, and the hips are dropping to the floor. Each time you lift and lower, you pull the belly in a little bit more. Now keep pressing the back of your head into the mat. And that'll take some energy out of the neck. Now keep that shoulder area open. 2 more. Good, now lower down. Slow motion. Move towards Happy Baby. Slow motion. Bring the soles of your feet together. Just kind of hang here. Keep bringing the belly in. And take your legs up again. Excuse me. Up and out. Bring them back in. So either we're going to go into Setu Bandha where we just were. So the hips are lifted. You'll wriggle your shoulders. Work on letting the heart open here. You can just anchor and stay right here. If you want to, you can bring your hands right by your shoulders. Lift, putting your head to the floor first, and then pushing yourself up into back bend or into Dhanurasana. So back bend, the heart's open here. If you're staying where you are, just enjoy rest when necessary. Lift those heels, come back. You want to come to the crown of the head first, then sink back down. Slow motion, Happy Baby. You want your lower back to feel nice. Bring the soles of your feet together. Good, release, roll up. Your feet are going to go as wide as the mat, and then you'll push yourself forward and over. So hang over in this wide fold for a second. Take a deep breath here. Lift that chest and take your left foot back. So the left heel and the right heel align. Come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Then bring those arms away from each other. Try to get that right knee over the heel. Now exhale down. You'll cross that right thigh in front of the left thigh, and then that left leg lifts. Hamstrings opening in the back. Take your left foot outside your left hand. Plant your right foot into the ground. And make sure the sit bone and the back of the knee aligned as you come into Virabhadrasana 2. Open that heart here. Knee over the heel, back leg super powered. Now exhale down, cross that left thigh in front of the right thigh. That right leg lifts, belly in. Now bring your right shin forward. Come into Ekapada, Rajkapotasana. I call it Ekaraj for short, or pigeon. So first come to your forearms. Let that chest move through those arms. Then bring your hands back. Move from your heart so you're lifting up. So you can put your fingertips on the ground and really focus on that back leg for a second. The foot, so that thigh is lifting away from the floor. Lift your heart. If it feels good, you can take those arms out and reach the hands back towards one another, the backs of the hands towards one another, and then up and back. If this is too much, just have your hands down. Now, take your hands back. Pause here. You're going to lift and switch those legs out. Remaneuver. That's a weird word. Okay, so anchor that back leg. Bring your hands back. Let the heart lift. Move the heart forward. Open. Inhale your power. Exhale anything you don't need. Really pulling those ankles in. Now extend if it feels right. Take it up and back with those arms. Now hands down and come forward. Pause here. This is one of those poses you can just kind of sit in front of the TV if you watch TV. I don't have a TV, I watch YouTube. So I need people to make YouTube videos so that I can be entertained. Now curl, lift up, take your left leg back and come to your belly. So from here, bend your knees. This is a really good heart opener. If you take your hands, if you need a belt, get a belt, and you can put a belt around your ankles if you don't have the capacity to grab your ankles. So you'll just hold. And then from here, let your shoulders relax. Let the heart move forward, and then just push your feet to the sky. Keep pulling your belly, and then move your heart forward, push the feet to the sky. So you're not lifting your chest just yet. Just the feet are going towards the sky. Feet towards the sky. Feet towards the sky. Then you'll pull your feet back. you just kind of fall forward a little bit. Keep pulling those feet back. And fall forward. One more time. And release. Take your arms forward. I have too much stuff here. I've got a bunch of crystals and candles. Take your right arm back, cross that left arm over, lower the shoulder and put your palms together. And then, other side. Bring it back to center. Bring your hands back. Lift up. Look up to the sky. And then you're going to pull those hips back. Hips are over the knees. Pull your arms back. Still parallel. Lift those hips up. Take your right leg up to the sky. Energize. Now you're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you want to lift that bottom leg away from the floor. And lower. So you're going to lift and lower. One more time. Now, find down dog split. Sorry, drop your elbows again. Take your left leg up. Lift that back heel, that right heel, and lower. Lift and lower. Lift the heel and lower. And then if you want, you dive forward and that right foot comes off the ground. Just gotta play with that idea, even if it doesn't come off the floor. I'll do a breakdown of this eventually. Now, you're gonna drop it, find down dog for real. And then you can move those hips forward into plank. Lower those hips to the ground and move the heart through those arms. And then go back and forth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Again, breathe in. One more. Good. Pause when you get back. Lift those heels. Bend those knees, and you can walk or jump between your hands. Deep breath here. Exhale, just hold. Let your head be heavy. In fact, if you need to, bend your knees, but take your hands and just kind of hold your head. You don't want to pull your head, but you just let the weight of your hands create a little bit more space in your neck. Then release. Lift that heart. Pause here. Imagine you're going to sit. So we're sitting, not completely, and folding. Chair pose and fold. Utkatasana and Uttanasana. Utkatasana, Uttanasana. Chair pose. Forward fold. One more time each. Then rise all the way up. First, put your hands at your sacrum. Keep lifting. Let your heart open. If you want, this time you can take your hands lower. Remember, your thighs are pushing back. The belly's in, the chest is lifted, and you just sort of arc over. Keep returning to those legs. Now rise back up. Pause. Take your arms out to the side, and you'll bring your thumbs to the ridge of your nose. Now sit like Utkatasana, but just keep sitting back, keep sitting back, keep sitting back, and then come to the balls of your feet. So you're lifting up your balance, then you'll drop your knees to the floor and either keep your toes curled or tops of the feet into the ground. You'll take your hands for stability, let your chest lift. If you want to grab your feet, ankles. Lift that heart up. Ustrasana or camel pose. So camel pose could be this. So this, if you're not watching. So this, you're going to take your arms out to the side and then just keep reaching back. Make sure the belly's in, and that will open the sternum all the way through the chest. You can take your hands behind your head and hold here so that the neck feels completely supported. But the full pose is grabbing the heels. Hips are right over the heels. Now, rise up. Curl those toes. Have a seat. You're going to pull those knees up. Pull from your core, pull, and then sit back. Grab somewhere behind the knees, grab your feet, lift your chest. And you'll come to your back again. Slow motion, happy baby. Take your legs up, out to the side. Those inner thighs are really hard to target. So it's nice to just give yourself a little assistance or support. If you're holding from underneath, you can just kind of pull out a little bit. Like pull out as you energize through the heels. As you're pressing down, you can push out slightly. Then bring those legs together, almost together, they're really hip distance. And you're going to bring the balls of your feet to the floor and lift your chest up as high as it can go. Remember that move we did earlier where the hips drop, the belly comes in. Let's do that a few times. Hips drop. Again. Hips lower. One more time. All the way up, pause. Lower down. Get your hair out of the way if you got hair in the way, which I do. Bring your hands by your shoulders. Lift those hips up once more. Bring the crown of the head to the floor. Then drop those heels. You want to try to, in back bends, you want to try to get the shoulders right over the wrist. So you have to move your chest backwards. And really keep those hands anchored. Now, come back down, lifting your heels. Come back to where you came from. Just sort of pause here. Kind of lift those feet away from the floor. You don't have to go into full-on happy baby. We're going up again. Take your hands on your knees and whole palm, touch in the knees with your fingertips, and then just Come up, get into the middle of that back. Come back down, pause. Drop your feet. Drop the balls of your feet. Pull them in as close as you can. Stay in your core. Bring those hips up. Anchor those arms. Bring your hands by your shoulders. And make your way into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Drop those heels. And come back down. Happy baby, slow motion. And then bring those soles together. Release and roll up. Hips to the heels and then fold over as you exhale. Take a deep breath here. Take your left leg back. Plant that left heel. So the left heel and the right heel are aligned. Come into Virabhadrasana 2 once again. Anchor and extend. Make sure that breath is fluid. Then exhale over. Cross that right thigh in front of the left thigh. Left leg splits. And then bring your left foot outside your left hand. Plant your back heel into the ground. And come into Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale down and cross that left thigh in front of the right thigh. That right leg splits. Bring your shin forward and lower. Lift your heart. First come to your belly. So to neutralize the hips. That back leg is super powered. And this time you can bend the knee. Reach back and reach back. Or you're just holding, putting the feet to the floor, working that thigh. So with this knee bent, it sort of intensifies your quadricep. Make sure the belly is engaged. Just start to aim the head to the sole of the foot. And come back down. Neutralize. The curl the toe in the back. Lift your thigh. Switch your legs out. So you'll pull that left knee in. Pause here. You're going to bend that back knee. You'll lift up. Walk your hands back. Just keep it lifted. The chest is open. The heart is open. If you want to grab with 1 or 2 hands, you can. If you need support, give yourself support and notice what's happening. So it's really more important to listen to your body and to move towards the things I suggest rather than go full on because you think you have to. We're just working with options here. If you want to aim your head to the sole of the foot, forearms. Drop that foot. You'll curl a toe. Lift the thigh. Pull back. Drop the chest again, or drop the belly. We're lifting that chest again. So reach back, grab your ankles, and you'll push those feet to the sky. Push the feet to the sky as high as they can go. You're squeezing your thighs towards one another, and then you'll pull back and just sort of rock. To keep this out of your lower back, you have to be in your legs, and you just keep lifting the heart. You have to move the torso and the pelvis and the legs in the opposite direction of each other. One more time. And release. Just fold your arms. Take your forehead on your, we're going to switch arms so it doesn't matter which one's on top. Take your arms back and switch. You're